I'm never going to be able to constantly change my clothes. I mean, I tried to put different clothes on, and sorry, I didn't change my shirt because I was doing a bunch of videos and they just kept coming. But I put on a new hat. It's just an old-fashioned Nike hat. Where are we going with our cosmic consciousness project? Cosmic Consciousness was a book I read by Richard Maurice Buck, who wrote it in about 1902. And he looked back in history at sterling examples of men, pretty much men, who experienced what he called cosmic consciousness. And was it unfair that he didn't list any women? Yes, but back in 1902, women didn't even have the vote. So they were, more considered to be property than to be, equals. Anyways, that's one of the first studies that was done on cosmic consciousness. Buck said that humans could develop into something more than what they were. He said, compared to animals, humans had higher levels of consciousness. Mostly they were self-aware of themselves more than animals, although sometimes that's very debatable. I mean, it was 1902, and I think a bit of his evidence was he didn't have the evidence and he was running his mouth. But anyway, he went back through history and he gave us a list of people who he thought had experienced some breakthrough, and they were primarily what he said. Um, they were older. Generally, it happened later in life, so they generally weren't teenagers when this happened. This was something that probably happened to them after 30, say between 30 and 52, in his book. And he said, generally speaking, they had moral characters. So the problem of that was that I can't remember if he listed Paul, who was Saul of Tarsus, because Saul of Tarsus was a nasty tax collector that oppressed the early Christians. And then apparently he met Jesus along the road somewhere and he had a great change of heart. So, do you have to be a moral person to have a cosmic consciousness kind of thing? If you follow Paul of Tarsus or Saul of Tarsus, no. Anyway, so what can you glean from this bit about cosmic consciousness? Um, some people are incredibly prolific at being able to do things, they just have talents. So, if we're going to look at the human potential movement, the ability to have, well, there was the 4 minute mile a long time ago, and it keeps getting whittled down at every Olympics a little bit faster, a little bit faster. Um, but as far as feats of mental abilities and things, we just seem to have um, a lot of regular people that don't have too many. I shouldn't say that because a lot of regular people have got hidden talents. You know, I don't know where I can go with this. You can get Richard Maurice Buck's book on the internet if you want to read it, if you're interested in those kind of things. What exactly is cosmic consciousness? Um, Aaron Dowdy just put out a video. I haven't watched it, but his are all about expanding your consciousness. And he said, if you're having like a breakthrough into cosmic consciousness, you might think you're going crazy. So maybe you don't want cosmic consciousness. Richard Maurice Buck is the author of Cosmic Consciousness.